Hello friends and welcome back to my channel where we mainly discuss thrillers on Thursdays, and if what I've just said is any indication to what this video is about, we're going to be talking about some minor, nothing huge, but some changes I'm making to this channel. I also hope you guys appreciate that although the title is making changes, I did not do some sort of clickbaity, sad, looking off into the distance thumbnail. And I'm not shading any booktubers if any booktubers have done that, but I've noticed that's kind of a trend on just a lot of YouTube channels in general. But this video is not about anything sad. I've honestly just been feeling a tiny bit, just a smidge uninspired, and so I just wanted to make some small changes. And again, none of these are huge, but it's enough little changes that I thought it warranted its own just quick video. So the first change is one you can probably guess from how I introduced this video. I've been uploading one video a week every Wednesday for the past year or two, I want to say, but we are now switching to Thursdays, mainly for boring reasons. Just with my 8 to 5 Monday to Friday work schedule, it works better for me. And the other reason is not that important, and it's just I like the alliteration of talking about thrillers on Thursdays. And I did wonder if I was copying anybody, so I searched thrillers on Thursdays or Thriller Thursday on YouTube to see if anybody has used that before, and a lot of people have. So on the one hand, I'm not very original, but on the other hand, at least I'm not copying anybody in particular. So I also decided I wanted to switch up the background, which I know talking about things like this might seem so unimportant, but this is a video and the background is 75% of what you're staring at when you watch my videos. I'd previously been filming facing my kitchen, and I just thought the background of my apartment just looked kind of cold, and it was always kind of fuzzy and unclear what you were actually seeing. And my favorite part of my apartment is easily this green velvet couch, which, if you're wondering, is that comfortable? No. That's why you shouldn't order couches from Walmart.com. But I wanted a couch that was green, this exact shade that looked exactly like this, and it was either this $299 version from Walmart, or there were ones that were like over $600. That's just not in my budget, and it just really gives me those Penny Dreadful vibes that I'm always seeking. And since we're mainly talking about creepy stuff on my channel, I just thought this background with the creepy little spell book, with my book blanket, with Carl, my dog, I thought this was a lot more warm and cozy. I will say though about this background, I am upset that my creepy paintings or pictures don't fit in frame, but they are there in spirit. And since my videos have always been the same format for the past 7+ years I've had this channel, with, you know, a spoiler-free video with summary, pros, and cons, I decided I wanted to have some fun visuals to go along with that. So I'll insert the images that I'll have going up now to transition when I talk about summary, and then pros, and then cons. Another super minor change, but one of my favorite thrillers of all time is In Bruges. It's an excellent dark comedy, and there's a ton of cursing in that movie, especially from the character Harry Waters. So from now on, whenever I curse, if I'm ever saying fuck, I'm going to have Harry Waters' screaming face appear in front of my mouth. And you might say, why are you bleeping yourself? If I'm being transparent, 30% of the reason is because I find that funny, and 70% of the reason is because unfortunately YouTube has gotten a lot more strict lately, so now unfortunately a lot of other content creators like myself feel the need to bleep ourselves. And one of the biggest changes, at least in terms of how I review books, is I'm going to go back to that 1 to 5 rating scale, because if any of you have noticed, within the past few years, I can't remember how many years ago I decided this, I did away with the 1 to 5 rating scale because I thought it was too simplistic. I worried that even if I talked about pros and cons, people would just pay attention to that rating at the end. But even if that does happen, I think the result of me not having the 1 to 5 rating scale has been a lot worse, because I have noticed over the past especially year that when I don't have that rating scale, I will talk about the pros and cons. I've noticed that regardless of whether I will get the exact same comments of people saying, immediately adding to my Amazon wish list, or just bought this book immediately after seeing you talk about it. And I think that's because even though I always include the cons and the things I dislike about the book, I think because I'm not an inherently negative person who likes to harp on the negative, by not having that 1 to 5 rating, I think I honestly just do a really shitty job of describing overall if I would recommend the book. So it's still going to be the same format overall, with the pros and cons and the summary, but at the end, instead of just doing 1 to 5 stars, I felt like stars didn't really fit with my channel. Also, it's starting to rain, so if you can hear that, I apologize. And when I was trying to think of an object that would work in its place, I thought, what makes me think of thrillers since I mainly talk about thrillers. And then I thought about, what am I always saying to you guys? What is on every single cover of nearly every single thriller? Branches. So from now on, I am going to have a 1 to 5 branch rating scale. So if I really love a book, it's gonna be 5 out of 5 branches. I might think this concept is stupid even when I'm just going back and rewatching this video, but hopefully not. So I hope you guys like this video. Again, maybe this was pointless to make because none of these are huge changes, but it was just enough tiny things that I thought it was worthwhile to make a quick video about it. But if you do or don't like any of these changes, especially if you don't like any of them, please let me know. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next Thursday.